and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a footpod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a footpod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a footpod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a footpod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you acquire. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. And welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you acquire. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live around the world on Facebook, on Twitch.tv, on Mixer and on YouTube. While we're getting everything set up, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Runs and Rides YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/FilmMyRun, on Twitter at FilmMyRun, and you can also go to the website, which is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, and watch me do all the hard work. Right on! Okay, so, hello, welcome along everybody. It is the Tour of Watopia Stage 3, and we actually had 170 people sign up for this today. As it is, there are only about 70 people, so we're missing 100 people who signed up for this, but we've still got a huge field of 70 people, and we're all going to run around the track for 8 kilometres. I'm going to go nice and slowly, and simply go and have a look at some runners and say hello to different runners around the track, and have an easy run and do some hard work tomorrow in Wednesday workout. But of course, again, because we're not training for anything, there are no races on in the UK or anywhere around the world. There are no races going on at all, so we're not actually training for anything specific. Let's hope we don't have a crash. I'm watching Facebook and watching YouTube chat, so do say hello if you would like to. Hello, Carl. Hello, Darren. Carl says, yeah, huge group. The track is not big enough, he says. So I'm not racing, not today. We're just going to have a look at some names and see who we can find. Ryan Downey, thank you.
Ride on!
So I am getting ride-ons, so if you want to drop me a ride-on, that'd be much appreciated. We're only doing 8 kilometres, so again, unless I go deadly slowly, then that should be over fairly quickly. Andrew Cutmore, thank you for your ride-on.
Ride on!
I always start easy, and most of the time I do speed up. And no doubt I will probably speed up a little bit towards the end. Matthias Topping, thank you very much.
Ride on!
But I'm not going to go crazy. So before we do speed up, no racing. Remember, we'll probably speed up once most other people have finished, which is what I have done before when I've done commentary on races. I mean, technically this is not a race, is it? Anyway, let's jump to the front of the crowd. 25th, 24th. Oh, now it's difficult. Now, how do we do this? 18th? No. 13th, 18th, 15th, 9th. We're gradually getting towards the front of the crowd. No, he's 112th. Right, this guy here. Second. So where's first then? 117th. Right, we haven't got a first place runner. Where's our first place runner? Right, there's the first place runner, who seems to be behind the second place runner. So he's in Group B. So why is somebody who's running faster than everybody else in Group B? We've got the Marathon Junkie in Group A, and then we've got Brett Hauer from Germany in Group B, but he's running at a Group A pace. Oh well, there we are. Okay, and he's got no heart rate, so we're already dubious. And he's got steps per minute of 154, which is very slow. So we're already dubious about this, aren't we? Oh, I'm bound to get lapped, pal. Vidal's just joined stage 3. Can I put, Jonathan, can I put what in writing? That I'm dubious already. Let's have a look at him. Go to the map and click on his name. And he's got a private profile, Andre Bretthauer. So we're not sure. I mean, that's a perfectly possible pace. 3:46 is perfectly doable pace, but I'd argue probably not at 156 steps per minute. And the other things that make you wonder a bit are no heart rate and a private profile. But anyway, there we are. So that's the chap who's in the lead at the moment from Germany. Or actually, he's third at the moment. Now, because we're all going around the track, we're all mixed up, aren't we? So it's going to be impossible for me to find who's first, second and third. So that's going to be a bit difficult. Not to worry. So that person's 47th. McCutcheon from Canada. Hello to you. No heart rate. So let's find the people with heart rate. That's who we want to see. People who are really making an effort. Myro. What country flag is Myro under? Vidar says he's running all by yourself. Jonathan, okay, no, definitely not racing. I will absolutely promise you that I'm not racing. I'm just going to run around this track, do the 8 kilometres, and tick a box in the Watopia Stage 3, and that'll be done. And we'll do a hard effort tomorrow with Wednesday workout. Well done to Myro anyway. Sanchez from Spain, heart rate of 158 and steps per minute of 180, which is much more sensible. That seems to be more like it. Michael Hasser's flying round. Well done, Michael. Well, we know Michael's legit, and Mike has a heart rate of 137, so he's doing well. He's in 8th place at the moment in Group B. Rees. Oh, there's Robinson. 44th. Where's A. Rees? There he is. 46th in Group B. Let's have a look at Rees. It's a Hungarian flag. Adam Rees from Hungary, yes, age 39, and is a level 10 runner, so has been on Zwift for a little while, racking up the points. Oh, that's strange. So Vidar's at the track with everybody. He's all alone though. Oh, right, okay, so Groups A and B, as I've just been informed by Jonathan, are based on distance and not time. So actually, let's take it back, because our German friend Andre is running 5 kilometers, and that is a reasonable pace for 5 kilometers if you're fast. Still a bit confused by his cadence, but nevertheless, it's more reasonable that he's running 5k at that pace than 8k. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Who else have we got? Let's just keep going around the track and see who we can find. Renegade Endurance, B. Cunningham, heart rate of 152 and steps per minute is 177, currently in 49th position, doing the 8k. K Run, no heart rate. D Paul doing the 5k run, 44th. And mind you, 44th, now that is, so we've got 137 runners, but that's groups A and B together, so we probably shouldn't take too much notice of the positions either, because they're both doing different distances. Carl says Vidar is practicing social distancing. So D Paul is running 5k, heart rate of 174 already after 1.7 kilometers. So he's working hard. Let's have a look at his stats from Germany. This is Da Paul, D-A Paul, from Germany. He's 37, level 12 runner, and a level 6 cyclist. Kay Lewis is just behind from Group A. Kay Lewis is running 8 kilometers, heart rate of 137. Probably need to set their zones correctly. This is a lady. Okay, so she has got her zone set, but I think zone 4 at 139 is probably quite high. I know men and women are different. Vidar, it was probably just an internet dropout. So you probably had a poor internet connection for a few minutes, which is why everyone disappeared. And now your internet is back on, yeah. Right, so let's have a look at Kay Lewis. Kay Lewis from the States, she has a private profile, so we don't know anything about her apart from her name is Kate. So Kate Lewis from the USA. For some reason I've got music playing on my phone. There we are. Right, so that's Kate Lewis. She's in 111th place out of 138. So we've had quite a lot of late joins. Joins at the last minute. Dahlberg from Sweden. Heart rate of 149 BPM. Nice and comfortable in zone 3. Nice and slow cadence as well. 165, not working too hard at the moment. Dahlberg, with 2 kilometres gone, 6 kilometres left to run. Oh look, we've got Kate Bush. I bet it's not. In 20th place is Kay Bush, but going quite slowly. I'm surprised 20th place. Heart rate of 129. Very easy heart rate, but going relatively slowly for 20th place. Maybe they went very fast to start with and now they've slowed down. Bowery is flying apparently. Carl says, did I sneeze or cough? When? No. No, I've had no issues, no coughing, no sneezing, I'm perfectly fine. I haven't seen Bowery yet. I'll keep my eye out for him or her. Coombs from Canada, and there's another Normand in from Canada is there as well. Heart rate of 121. Where's Coombs gone again? Let's go back to Coombs. Heart rate of 113. So some people doing quite an easy run today. Kohler from Germany in Group B, he's doing the 5 kilometre and has a heart rate of 172. So they're pushing it a bit. Let's have a look at their stats. Oh, I've logged out, hang on. I need to get back into the companion app. Just give it a minute. David Adams says, what is all this treadmill running? Well, we're all confined to our homes, David. Come on, you know you want to. Get yourself on that treadmill. So let's move through some other runners. Who else have we got? K Mark is in 105th place, heart rate of 170, doing for the 5 kilometre race. 5 kilometre run. It's hard to tell. People take them as a race, don't they? But you can race it if you want, you don't have to race it. Coleman from Wales, heart rate of 129, taking it nice and easy, doing the 5k. This is a lady, so let's have a look at her stats. Always good to highlight the ladies in the field because we need more lady runners. Jill Coleman, she's got a private profile, but she's from Wales and she's doing well. Barrera from Italy, heart rate of 171 at nearly 4 kilometres in to the 5k. So he is pushing it. He's literally only got just over a kilometre to go. He's running at nearly 16 kilometres an hour. But heart rate and steps per minute are okay, so we're happy with that. Vidar's on his last 2.5 kilometres. He's doing the 5k. And David Adams is declining my offer of getting on the treadmill, and he's going to go and run on the coast path tomorrow. Good for you, David. I'm not allowed on the coast path anymore. Fergie won't let me do it. Const, let's have a look at Const. Where is he? Heart rate of 131 for T Const. And they're doing the 8 kilometre run and 2.5 kilometres in. Chisholm. Now, I think we've seen Chisholm before. Is it Vicky? Vicky Chisholm. Let's just have a look at her.
Jack it up.
Yeah, Vicky Chisholm. She's a level 8 runner. No heart rate or cadence, but running at a steady 10 kilometres per hour, and is over halfway through her 5k. So that's Vicky Chisholm. She's a level 1 cyclist, a level 8 runner. '97th position for her at the moment. There's K Run. Right, we're not going to give him a ride on because he is running at world record pace, and has just had a technical dropout as well. So, oh, and now we've been thrown onto the cycle road. Back with me. Jay Groves. 90th position for Jay Groves. No heart rate, but running the 5 kilometres and is nearly not far off 3 kilometres, 2 kilometres to go. Darren Van Dit has a problem today. Becca Ward is running. Yes, I saw. There she is. Look, there's Becca. We'll give her a ride on. She's currently in 11th place overall. So Becca is probably first lady. But Becca usually is first lady. Let's have a look at her stats. We know Becca very well. She's been a regular runner on Zwift for quite a long time now. She's almost certainly level 21 runner. Yeah, so Becca's a level 21 runner, 43 years old, from the USA, and has been running regularly on Zwift for a couple of years now. And we see her at most of our regular events, Monday Run Club, Wednesday workout, things like that. And she's a great Zwift supporter. So thanks to Becca. Ruland from Canada is doing the 8 kilometre run, and they are 2.8 kilometres in, heart rate of 153, steps per minute around 180 steps per minute, which is quite normal. Who's that Matter person there flying past? Are they maybe not in the run? Who's that there? Somebody's sweeping through, but I can't see the name. Somebody was flying through there, but I didn't see the name of the person go through. So this is Maul from, what is that flag? Heart rate of 132, and they're currently in 50th position. Oh, it's that K Run chap. Let's go and just flag K Run, shall we? So you do have the ability to flag flyers. K Run is obviously a flyer. not really running at all, spoiling it for most people. So we just go to the companion app and we choose flag and flyer. So that just notifies the Zwift team that this runner is not legit. And I wonder if because I flagged them as a flyer. Oh, now they're going the wrong way. Oh, they're turning around again. Now they're going round in circles. Right, anybody else who wants to flag K-Run, please go on the companion app and do that. 93 Cobra says they can't finish the tour because the gym's closed down. That is a real problem for people who don't have a treadmill at home, who are using the gym. Of course, with all this craziness going on, a lot of people's gyms will be closing down, won't they? Social distancing and all that stuff. So that's very frustrating for people, and I do feel for people. Darren says, can you tell Stephen that I have reshared his stream with the Maltese running community? Hello, Maltese running community. Hello to you guys. Hope you're all okay. Hope you're not suffering too much with everything that's going on. So we'll just stick with me for a kilometre or so. We're not far off halfway. Let's just speed up to 12. And 93 Cobra says he's going through withdrawal symptoms. And he says, miss you guys. Well, I'm really sorry for you. Hope you can get back on Zwift as soon as possible. Carl says, could it be that their pod is not working properly? Well, possibly, but you'd think they might notice, wouldn't you? You'd think they might notice that something's up. But this person does seem to be continuing to fly around. Although, actually, having said that, they now have slowed right down. Look, K-Run is going at a relatively sedate 440 per kilometre. So maybe we've done them a disservice. Who knows? Oh, no, look, they're speeding up again. Oh dear. Okay. Coming up to 4 kilometres done. Heart rate is 142, so quite comfortable. So those 4 kilometres disappeared pretty quickly, what with going around the field and having a look at everyone. So I think we might continue doing that. Seems to make the time go quicker, doesn't it? Let's have a look at Urquhart from Australia. K-Run, by the way, is a 20-year-old, according to the Zwift stats, level 18 runner. How many of those miles have been legit miles, though I don't know. Urquhart. So this is Kayleen Urquhart from Australia, 41 years old, is a level 10 runner. So well done, Kayleen. Nice to have you with us on Zwift. No heart rate, but cadence looks good. 178 steps per minute. And Jonathan has ordered a new treadmill. So those who don't know, Jonathan broke his treadmill the other day. Probably Carol's fault for holding onto the sides too much. But they've ordered a new one, so hopefully you'll be back running with us soon, Jonathan. Carl is still trying to back up K-Run. Hang on a minute, I've just noticed something. KR, Carl Roback. Is it you? That'd be hilarious if it was. And Overno from Norway. Let's have a look at Averno. So this is Layla Averno from Norway. She has a private profile, but she is running with Urquhart, or just about running with Urquhart. So they're running together. They're doing the 8 kilometres and they are nearly 4 kilometres in, so nearly halfway for them. Here's Vidar. Well done, Vidar. Right, let's have a look at Vidar's stats from Norway. Vidar is often on the chat with us, so it's good to see him running. So let's give him a bit of a highlight. Vidar is 45, 170 centimetres tall. He's a level 4 runner. Has run 72 kilometres so far on Zwift. Heart rate currently 181. Wow, working hard. Vidar is working hard. So good for you, Vidar. Good to have you with us on Zwift. Thanks for joining on the chats as well on my stream on regular occasions. And Vidar is nearly 5k in. Looks like he's having a walking break now. But just over 3 kilometres to go for Vidar. Griso from Italy, let's have a look at them. Griso is 43rd in the run today. Currently running at 5:40 per kilometre. Is doing the currently running at 4:57 per kilometre. Has done 5.4 kilometres. So 2.5 kilometres to go for him. So this is Silvo Griso from Italy. So the Italians all on lockdown at the moment. So he is no doubt in his house with nothing much else to do but run on the treadmill. Level 10 runner. He's run 292 kilometres on Zwift so far. Not today, obviously. So Vidar's done the 5k, okay. We're still looking at Griso, aren't we? So we need to change, hang on. Oh, let's look at the Marathon Junkie. So Marathon Junkie, heart rate, 168 BPM. Steps per minute, 180, all looks good. And has 300 metres to go to the finish. Is in 4th place currently. So we'll give him a ride on because he looks legit. From the USA, running at about 350 per kilometre. It's going to take him just under 30 minutes. Maybe even just under 29 if he can push it. Probably just missed 29 minutes. There we are. Well, he's come to a walk now, so according to him, he's finished. But I've only got 790. So I don't know whether that means he's short of 10 metres. Interesting. Come on, Marathon Junkie, you've got 90 metres to run. And Jonathan Cost says Vidar's distance only came up as 4.7. So we might have a bug. We might have a distance bug going on. So we need to make sure that we all run through the finish line and on a little bit further. Right, I'm going to stick with me now. 2.5 kilometres left. So well done to everyone who's done the 5k. Most of those people are coming to the finish now. So I'll speed up a bit, go to 13. So we need to remember to keep running a little bit and make sure that the distance is correct when we finish. So we're mostly left with the A runners now. The A runners are all doing 8 kilometers. Krista Holt, thanks for the ride on.
Right on.
If you've been dropping ride-ons and I haven't seen them because I've been following other runners, thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Right on.
So Ryan Downey's just advertising his pack social, Tuesday social, starting in about 45 minutes. So go and join Ryan Downey at 7:15 for his pack social tonight. Who's this? This is Becca coming speeding past me, look. Doing crazy pace. But at least we know she's capable of it. Right, so coming up to 6 kilometers, done, 2 kilometers left. Let's go up to 13 and a half. And then we'll do the last kilometer at 14. So a nice comfortable run. Jaggy, thanks for your ride on.
Right on.
Good to see a nice packed track with loads of runners on it. So I wonder if we'll get in the top 50. Passing lots of runners, but they're not necessarily runners ahead of me. So it may be that we're not going to get in the top 50. I'm not going to make a big effort to try and do that. Hermans, thank you very much for your ride on.
Right on.
Yeah, it's still not climbing up, look, passing loads of runners, but not gaining any places. So in 400 metres we'll go up to 14 kilometres an hour just for the last kilometre. Matt Smith, thanks for the ride on.
Right on.
If you fancy joining Zwift, do go and have a look at the Zwift website, zwift.com/run. It's all free at the moment. D Wood, thanks for the ride on.
Right on.
Carl is urging me to go faster. Now I'm quite happy, I'll stick at this. We'll go up to 14 for the last one. I'm determined not to race. I'm determined just to keep this a nice, easy run. Keeping it in zone 3 at the moment. So quite happy with that. Picking off 1 or 2 people. I'm not sure we'll get in the top 50 though. 1 kilometre left to do that, but I don't think there are enough runners I can catch. Seven kilometres done, 1 to go. And Johnny Noblet, thanks for the ride on, buddy.
Right on.
Still not heard anything from the IT department, Johnny. Just passing Michael Georgie there. But still not, oh there we are, 65th now. Past 1 person. Spinelli next, okay. I'll have to have a look at that. Eric Sonnenberg, thank you for your ride on.
Right on.
Again, passing loads of runners. None of them are ahead of me, so I'm not gaining any places with 700 metres to go. Right, last 500 metres coming up. I hope your new treadmill connects direct to Zwift, Jonathan. Metres. Can we pass 2 more runners? I'm not sure we can. Oh no, I'm being caught now. I can't be caught. I'm not racing, I promise you I'm not racing. Crone, thanks for the ride on.
Right on.
No, Tang Big, thank you.
Right on.
61. Oh no, I'm not going to get the last runner. No! So you can see there, 7.87. So let's go to 8. There we go. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was about 200 meters short, wasn't it? Oh, I should have. Oh, I didn't mean to click OK there. I wanted to have a look at the results in more detail. Damn it. Never mind. Gemma Fletcher, hello. Hey, up to you too. Okay, so 8 kilometers done. Tour of Watopia stage 3 completed. And we'll be back tomorrow for Wednesday workout. So Jonathan is getting a Spinelli, excuse me, a Spinelli treadmill, Star Track, 8-tracked, proper job, he says. Looking good. I'll have a look at that when I get in. So, we're going to walk out 250 metres just to get the XP points. And is that XP points? What's the word for that where you say it's like experience points, isn't it? I can't remember the name for it. There's a word for that. Anyway. Yeah, it said I was 87th, but I think that's out of the A's and B's. And you need to click on, there's a letter at the top. You need to click on A or B and see where you were. I mean, according to the results as I finished, I was 61st. So climbed about 20 odd places when I sped up. But you never know, some people might not have finished or whatever it might be. Sometimes you get dodgy timing results and people drop out of the results. So I might have made it in the top 60, you never know. Oh, Spinelli was a runner just ahead of you. Oh, I see. Right, I thought I'd never heard of a Spinelli treadmill. That's actually hilarious. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm going to look up that Spinelli treadmill when I get off the treadmill here. When I get back in the house, I'm going to have a good old search on Google for the Spinelli treadmill, which is a model of the Star Track treadmill line, named after a very famous Zwift runner, also called Spinelli. Yeah, no, I've worked that out now, Jonathan. Oh dear, what an idiot. Right, okay, we're just coming up to 250 metres beyond 8k. So let's just get the points and then we'll get out of here and go and have a nice shower and some food. And we'll be back on here tomorrow evening, UK time, 7:30 I think, or is it 6:30? Is it 6:30? Let's have a check. Because the times are all a bit skewed again, aren't they? Running. Tomorrow, events. Yeah, Wednesday workout at 6:30 UK time tomorrow. That is to make way for the Tour of Watopia runs, which are kind of sandwiched in the middle of the regular runs. So we've got Wednesday workout at 6:30 UK time tomorrow. Adam Holland, thanks for the ride on.
Ride on!
And anyone who wants to complete stage 3 of Tour of Watopia, you've got plenty of time to do it. There are loads of runs tomorrow. According to the Zwift Companion app, currently the most well-attended one looks like 11 o'clock tomorrow morning UK time has 66 runners. So 11 a.m. UK time tomorrow, 66 runners in the stage 3 group run. But that will change tomorrow. Probably lots of people will join the 7 o'clock run. Currently 37 signed up for the 7 o'clock run. We had a massive turnout tonight. Mike McCarthy, thanks for the ride on.
Ride on!
Boss of Zwift Running there, just giving me a ride on. Thank you for that. Yes, so tomorrow, today, sorry, we had, there was 170 signed up today. And with the late joiners, we had 137 runners at my count. So that's really good. Again, you know, Zwift running, you know, it's not exploded like cycling kind of did. At one point, cycling just suddenly seemed to explode. But we are gradually now getting a very large number of runners regularly on lots of different runs.
Ride on!
Const, thanks for your ride on. So that is great news. Let's hope it continues. I know that we may inadvertently pick up some people because of all the regulations about movement outdoors now with the virus. A lot of people are having to stay indoors, and so, you know, not through any want of trying to attract runners, you know, at the expense of going outside and at the expense of, you know, people suffering, but we may definitely pick up some more runners on Zwift because they are basically confined in their homes. And if you're one of those people who has a Zwift account and runs at the gym and your gym has closed, I'm really, really sorry for you. There's just not a lot we can do, is there, at the moment about this? But, you know, hopefully it won't last forever, and in 6 months' time or a year's time, we'll look back and it'll all be over, and we can carry on or get back to where we were, hopefully. Okay, guys, right. On that delightfully cheery note, I will say good night and good day, and see you all tomorrow for Wednesday workout. Thanks for joining me on the chat. It's been fun as usual. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.